taken care of at a particular point in time, and you would have to assess responsibility at another point in time. These are the segments of life. At a point in time, you will be a child. At a point in time, you will be an old man. At a point in time, you will be a young, vibrant man. The stages of life. And life is in stages. And it's something that when you understand at an early stage, you will know that the body that you are in isn't an eternal product. That the body is a product that is there to function within a system. And that system has a start. And anything that has a start by default has an end. So you should be convincing enough to know that so far as you have a start, you have an end. Gone are the days where people can exist for 200, 300, 400, 500 years, 700 years. The average person living on earth right now is not having more than 70 years. 7 billion population across the planet Earth is having an average life between 50 and 70. That should tell you that you are not here for an eternal living. That you are going to exist within a frame of time. That until you enter into eternity, you are bounded by time. And when a man is bounded by time, he is bounded by seasons. He's bounded by stages. He's bounded by segments, by classifications and levels. And with that basic understanding, you have to come to a place of realization that if you are bounded within time, it means that you don't have time to waste. This is where you are supposed to find out that I don't have much time. Because when you are given 50 years, when you are given 60 years, when you are given 70 years, when you have 80 years, 90 years, 100 years, 150 years, this is bounded. It's bounded within a framework. It's bounded, it's scheduled, and it's not going to be there forever. And no matter how long you are going to exist, your end will surely come. That end is a possibility. End is a reality. It's unfortunate that any time we have an experience of death, we cry. We cry. And it's a norm that exists among men. That when a man comes to an end, the people existing would have to mourn. Would have to mourn because an end of a man has come, which is a reflection that I am also going to end one day, and as a result of that, I have to live within a calculation. When you understand this basic ideology, you will understand that life isn't supposed to be a game at any point in time. Life isn't supposed to be wasted at any point in time. Because any season of your life that you waste can never be regained again. Because The progression that governs seasons does not retrogress. No. Everything is moving forward. Everything. Everything. Everything is moving forward. No matter how hard the government will try to handle the economy, the country is still moving forward. The affairs is still moving forward. The operations. So things are meant to be within ordinances, within a coordination, within a cycle. And when you are found within the cycle, you are supposed to maximize your existence. The maximization of existence is found within the value that the existent is giving to existence. The maximization of existence. That is to say that when you are unable to add value to existence, add value to the things you came to meet, the people you come into contact with, the environment you find yourself in, when you add value to that ecosystem, that organogram, when you are able to add value to that organogram, that environment, you have a touch. You have a touch, a placement on existence. You are able to, you have maximized existence. And when you have maximized existence, you'll be considered to be a man who has lived well. You'll be considered to be a man who has fulfilled existence. Because anybody coming to planet Earth is existing on Earth. But it's not everybody that is living Earth. Maximize the Earth. Maximize the cosmos. Was able to maximize the certainties around. Life is bounded. Life is a cycle, and you are supposed to live within that cycle, within a duration, and so therefore you have to maximize that cycle that you find yourself in. You have to, and you have to make sure that you come to that place of understanding that life is too short for it to be wasted. You have to pull yourself together and then face what you are supposed to face. Now, in that journey, in the pathway of facing the very things that life will throw at you, because life has things that you will have to encounter so far as you are a man. Now, when you are a goat, when you are a sheep, when you are an animal, when you are a fish, I don't know the kind of thing that they go through that I have to talk about. But when you are human, I know the kind of things that you are meant to go through, and I am here to empower you to pass through them. Because you will pass through a season where you feel happy, you will feel the joy of life, and you will pass through another season where you will feel the pains of life, the agony of life, the distractions, the confusion, the perplexities that will cause some kind of, you will pass through a lot of things, both the good and the bad, both the helping and the distracting. That having an encounter with multiple things is part of living. So when you don't build yourself up, that the sediment of life is a sign that you are going to meet different kind of things, different kind of people, different kind of ideologies, different kind of environment, a different kind of everything, of anything. You see, that kind of mentality will give you the act of preparation. Because a lot of people find themselves depressed. The reason why a lot of people, and there is increase in self-destruction, increase in self-pollution, increase in collapsing of vision, increase in frustration, increase in calamities that falls upon a man as a result of his call of them, not as a result of season. The reason why there is that increase of that experience is that there is lack of preparation. And I remember very carefully, once upon a time I was told that failure to prepare is preparing to fail. And so the reason why most people experience failure is because they weren't open up to preparation. Preparation to the affairs of life, preparation to the agenda of life, preparation to the if you fail to prepare to handle the affairs that are meant to come your pathway, if you fail if you fail to prepare towards the future, the future will prepare for you. And when the future prepares for you and you are not prepared for it, you will not be able to handle it. So it will be a heavy burden upon you, and that heavy burden will collapse you. That heavy burden will bury you. That heavy burden you won't be able to carry the glory of the future when you are not prepared for it, because you don't just appear at the scene of glory. Because when you appear suddenly, you will disappear suddenly. But when you appear by process, you will be able to travel in glory, travel within a long and even unto eternity. You'll be able to travel with a kind of perfume of joy that you attained at a point in a segment of life. You will be able. Today we will deal with something important. There is something called the comfortable stage and the uncomfortable stage. The comfortable stage and the uncomfortable stage. The comfortable stage is a stage where everything comes into a joyous manifestation. A stage where even the insults of people bring you joy. A stage where the disrespect of people bring you joy. A stage where the distractions of people bring you joy. You see, it's a point where when you get to, all things work for your good. All things begin to respond to your command. That you feel in charge and you'll be able to feel fulfilled. It's a stage where when you reach, it's an experience of glory. The comfortable stage. The stage where we reach, oh, I am there. The comfortable stage. And there is another stage called the uncomfortable stage. Now, I might not go into the comfortable stage enough. Probably it might be enough, but it will not be a lot. Because when men are found within that comfortable stage, There is comfortability. There is relaxing. There is no need for an extra oil to fuel their lamp to keep the fire burning. There is no need. And as a result of that, I will not tackle it much. I will deal with the uncomfortable stage, and with time, we will enter into the uncomfortable stage as well. We will enter into the comfortable stage at a time. But for now, what we will be paying attention to is the uncomfortable stage. The uncomfortable stage on the part of the great. The uncomfortable stage on the part of the great. In the journey of men seeking to bring into manifestations a fruitful and unexpected end of glory, a stage where a few of disappointment, pain, agony, rejection, and losing of the sight of faith awaits. It's called the stage of uncomfortability. The stage of uncomfortability. It's the stage that when you reach, you have a feel of disappointment. You have a feel of pain. You have a feel of agony. It's a point where you reach. You cannot do away with betrayal. That the best people that you confide in, that you share your truth with, they will betray you because they will use the kind of things that you told them against you at this particular point in time. And you are supposed to get prepared for such moments, because there is no way you will be able to keep your mouth shut to the end. So at the point in time, no matter how conscious you are, you might disclose things to people, and they are going to use it against you at a point in time in your life. And so therefore, you are supposed to get prepared for such people, for such association, for such organogram pressure. You're supposed to get prepared. It's called the stage of uncomfortability. You will not be comfortable with things around you. That you will find it difficult to be able to settle your house bill. Your light bill, which costs less than 1,000 cedis, you will not be able to handle it. You won't. You won't. Your house rent, which you are supposed to pay, you won't be able to pay. And that the landlord will have to be on your nerves. And that even though you are still in the room, you cannot sleep in the room, because it's like there is a whole lot of burden that have been placed upon the room, that you cannot be in that room without pressure. Yet you cannot leave the room for the landlord, because where are you going? You have nowhere to go. And the kids are crying for school fees. They are crying for books. You don't have what it takes to handle their affairs, to handle their expenses. And with the ones that you have, they find difficult to take care of them. Unfortunately, you are in a moment where the woman is pregnant again with the next child. And upon the pressure that comes with pregnancy, you are also facing the pressure of life, the uncomfortable season, the stage of uncomfortability. Then everything will be striking you. You feel down. And we go to your workplace, and that place also, you are being sabotaged. You are being, misunderstood. That your manager thinks that you are not competent enough. Your director feels that you cannot do the work anymore. And so therefore, there is a whole lot of pressure and threat on you that you might lose your job. that there are even people who are losing their jobs even in such moment. They don't just experience the threat of it, but they get to have the experience of it. You are having your kids at the hospital. You're having your wife at the hospital. You yourself, you are not in good condition. And so when you find yourself at any point in time, you are always having the pressure going on in your mind, striking your mental plane. So you cannot have the sustainability to be able to find yourself as a man. You cannot find yourself anymore. You can see that you are lost. You are walking by the roadside, but you think you are in your bed. And so therefore the horns that the drivers are giving you, you cannot hear anything because you are lost. The pressure of life has been able to capture you and adopted your mentality. So you are out of yourself. So you are living, but you are dead. The uncomfortable stage. It's a stage where, comfortability is lost. That even in the season of great results, you still don't feel yourself. The very people that you help to achieve greatness, the very people that you expected, that you are lifting them up so that one day when you are out of yourself, they will help you up. Those people are now rejecting you. They are not ready to give you the offer that you are in need of, even though they have that capacity, because you find yourself in the season of uncomfortability, the season where things are not supposed to go right with you. They would ignore you. Certain things will come their way that will convince them enough that you cannot help that man that brought you up to this standard. That is indeed, you cannot help that man that was able to lift you up right from the ashes and now has brought you to the hills. You cannot help that man. There will be a whole lot of things that will convince them that we will get there. A stage where your potential seems to be wasted. You are a good architecture, but the benefit that comes with the skill is lost. You are really doing the work, but you are not earning the profit out of it. You are giving in your all, but you are not making what you are supposed to make. You are waking up at dawn, sleeping late at night, yet you cannot make enough revenue, you cannot make enough profit that will be able to take care even of yourself, of your kids, of your wife, that the people that used to respect you are no more respect you anymore because they see you to be incompetent now. Upon all your skill, they have forgotten that at a point in time when they were nothing, you were available for them. You were able to give them the energy that they need. You were able to give them the potential that they had to discover. You were able to give them the exposure that they needed. But at this particular point in time, they are mocking. You see, the sad part is that if they are not just helping you, it's fine. But they'll become part of the people that will mock you. They'll become part of the people that will mock you, that will collapse your joy, because they will laugh at you. And that is the painful part. that the people that you expected to be defending you at a particular point in time will now be part of the people who are sabotaging you, the people who are destroying you, the people who are spoiling you to others, the people who are dishonoring you, the people that you expected to be giving you that kind of reverence, that kind of respect, that kind of honor, will be the people who will join us with the others on the other side to be against you. When you find yourself in the uncomfortable season and you are not prepared enough, you might put an end to life. And that is why a lot of people are giving up their life. People are just destroying their life because they didn't prepare for such a season, and such a season just caught them. Unfortunately, some people are just born in that season. That's where they start their life. They start their life in the season when nothing is comfortable. When nothing. The mother was in pain. There was no food in the house. There was nothing to eat. There was nothing to wear. There was nothing to stand upon and say that this is the possession of my family. There was nothing. He was born into nothing. When you meet such people, when you look into the eyes, the only thing you see is pain. The only thing you see is agony. The only thing you see is the distractions of life. The only thing you hear them say are the things that when you hear it, you know, this guy hasn't tasted the joy of life. There are a lot of, you see, when you have the opportunity to experience the joy of life, you have the opportunity. And that you have to be proud of that and value that season. Because there are people who have it. You will not believe me now, so I'll put an end to it. Probably you will not believe that some people are there that you are eating 3 square meal a day, and unfortunately right now you are eating twice a day because of your pocket, because right now you don't eat based on your stomach, you eat based on your pocket. So because of the weight of your pocket, you are eating twice a day. You are able to feed within 10 to 11, and then that will sustain you probably to 4, 5, and then you eat and then you go to bed. But what you don't know that there are people who are surviving on 1 meal a day for over 20, for over 30 years. Not that they are intentional about the fact that they are doing intermittent fasting. They are not intentional about it. The reason why they are eating once a day because that is the kind of economy that they find themselves in. And so therefore, when you think that I have to eat 3 times a day, it's because that is the kind of economy that you got the exposure into. There are people that for them to even eat that once a day, they see it to be the greatest blessings in their life. You will not understand the kind of pain that people go through until you have an encounter with them, or you yourself have a feel of it. See, the uncomfortable stage is a stage in life that if you have not gotten to that stage, you are a blessed man. Because it's a stage that you would think that living is a curse. When you find yourself at the room of uncomfortability, you will be in the AC and yet you'll be sweating. The first day I heard that statement, I thought it was a lie until I had an encounter with a man who was going through a lot at the office. It's real. You see, you think certain things are just make pronounced of, but they are true. They are true. The uncomfortable stage is a stage that if you are not prepared enough, if you don't have that kind of courage, you see, the pressure of this stage got a man to go and sacrifice one of his children in order to feed the rest. Unfortunately, he was caught and he is in the custody of the police. Now that is a fortunate issue, at the same time an unfortunate incident, and depending on where you are standing to do the view. And there is no way I will recommend. That is why you have to get connected to this channel. Teachings like this, that you will know the kind of moves to make in order to make that reality of results that is required in order to conquer within the season of uncomfortability. Because you cannot do away with the uncomfortability of life. You cannot do away with it. And the fact that you cannot do away with it means that you are supposed to be prepared for it. Perchance, when you get the opportunity, utilize that chance. You don't play with it. You don't. You don't. A stage where capacity is lost and the feeling of emptiness dominates the stage of uncomfortability. When you enter into that stage, you have an experience, you have a feeling, that feeling is a feeling of emptiness. That you would think that you are not a father anymore. You cannot be responsible anymore. You cannot be relevant anymore. You are nobody. Why? It's a painful stage. It's a stage where I don't wish any man to be. But the truth is that you have to pass through. These are part of the fires of life. Life has seasons where there is fire that you have to pass through the fire. There are seasons where you get a bare land to walk on, so you walk on it. There are seasons where you get water to pass through. There are seasons where rain falls. There are seasons in life. And when you understand them and prepare for them, get ready for them, the result will be great, will be mightier, will be powerful, will be so much for you that you'll be proud of yourself at the end of the race, because it's a race that will definitely be finished. Are you going to end yourself within the course of the race, or you'll be able to get to the end of the race and then carry the crown that comes with it, the glory that comes with the completion of that race? It's a race of individuality. It's not a corporate race. I will deal with this in another video. That's why you should not stop watching our videos, because there are a lot of things that will be addressed on this platform. There are a lot. The World Light Network has come for you. A stage where your vision becomes useless, your ambitions becomes unrealistic, and your driving energies cease. It's a stage where you think that the kind of vision that you have, that you are heading towards it, the spectacles that you use to view that vision will become blur at that particular point in time, that you will not be able to see. So it becomes unrealistic to you. Am I going mad or insane? You see, it's a point where when you are not stable enough, you give up that vision. You give up that hey. May you not be caught in that web. May you not be caught in that web where you give up. You give up. You give up the vision because you have found yourself in the place of uncomfortability. That kind of thing that is energizing you, the foresight that is energizing you, be cut off. You see, the truth is that it being cutting off is the season that is showing you that. But the reality is that it is still there. It is still there. But the season will keep your eye blurred, that you cannot see clearly what you used to see clearly at the initial stage of the journey. The uncomfortability is not only coming from the negative motions of life. In this season, even the good things which stands for the joy of life would lose value. The good things, that child that you had, that brought you joy because you cried for years before you were able to get to that child. That child now will seem to be a curse because you will not have anything. What you eat, you don't have, and what the child will eat, you don't have. That woman that you chased for years before she said yes to your proposal, and now you are married to her and you cannot take care of her, and what she's also doing to support the family is not working. You feel like she has become a burden on you, and as a result of that, because today she is sick, tomorrow she is that, and so therefore you think that, hey, what am I going through? What did I put myself into? That kind of pain will just strike your heart. That kind of pain will strike your heart, and you will feel, you have a feel of it. You have a feel of returning back, but you are on a pathway of no turning back. The kind of work that promised you good life, so therefore you resigned from your previous work and you went there. And because you find yourself in the uncomfortable season, they are treating you in a way that is unpleasant. It's just a season. It's not going to last forever. That is what you are supposed to know. It's just a season, and that you are supposed to keep going. You are supposed to keep yourself on top of that hill. Stand upon the hill so that when the storm is coming at you, you will keep going, because you have that potential, you have that energy to stand in this season of emptiness. You have that capacity to keep going. You have that capacity to keep yourself in a momentous way. You have a capacity you have the capacity to overcome also whatsoever that comes your way. They are meant to come, but they are not meant to destroy you. They are not meant to kill you. They are meant to empower you. That kind of understanding and ideology, when you have that theoretical understanding, you will be able to stand within the test of time. The time where there is an uncomfortable experience. So if you are not getting what to eat today, I want to tell you that tomorrow you will feed the nations. You are just within the season, and that season isn't an everlasting season. It's a periodic season, and every period has a beginning and every period has an end. And so therefore the period you find yourself in has an end. But the caution is that you don't become an end to that period. That you make that period just a portion of your life. And this is what most people have been doing. They end in the pain, they end in the uncomfortable stage. No, you don't end there. That should be a portion of your life, not the entirety of your life. When you understand that what you are going through right now is just a portion and not the entirety, you'll be able to know how to calculate your steps and know how to do your you don't get it. It seems you are lost. Let's continue. Things that entertain would entertain no more when you find yourself in the season of uncomfortability. Love one's love would mean nothing at this particular point in time. You see, the people that will even get the opportunity to sympathize with you see, the season will corrupt your mind to the point that you think that the sympathizing people are even there to mock you, because that's how things will be like. Everything will strike you and strike your mind to the point that the things that are making you laugh, the things that you laugh, you see, all those things will be. I wish you can understand what I'm saying. You see, with this understanding, you'll be able to gather momentum to overcome the season you find yourself in. You'll be able to stand to the end of that process and begin a journey of joy. You'll be able to understand that it's just a season and it's part of your life, but it's not the entirety of your life. And it becoming part of your life, you are overcoming it by hook or crook. You are overcoming it with full energy, with full capacity, with that good friendship would mean nothing to you. That good memories would even cause you much pain, deepen your anger and your perplexity. The uncomfortable season, the uncomfortable stage. You see, you have not been to that stage before. I beseech you that you never have that experience. But unfortunately, it is not in my control. Unfortunately, it is not in my control. Because if it is going to be in my control, that is where I have dominion over it to seize it. It's not in my control, so therefore you have to gather momentum, gather capacity. Stand, because you can stand to the end. You can stand to the end. People contact me and say, what we hear from you is really causing us to stand. It's really giving us that reviving spirit, because when I begin to tell you the kind of thing that people say to me that they intended doing because of what they are going through, and upon having an encounter with these teachings, they change their mind. You'll be marveled. But I want to tell you that it's just part, not the entirety. It's just part and not the entirety. I see that.